I'm still embracing the frugal life. I have my Nintendo Switch Mini, I believe it is, the cheaper, older version. And just because I have plastic and I see the new Nintendo Switch 2 for, I believe, $600, I'm not spending that extra money and putting money in upfront to reach sign up bonuses. I'll probably ride this one out for quite a while. And almost every time I go out to eat, I'm getting water. I refuse to spend additional money on drinks. I think it's a total ripoff. Restaurants charging $7 for ginger ale or Diet Coke. And the specialty alcohol, even worse. Some people are paying like $15, $20 or more. I think it's a massive ripoff. So I'm still embracing the frugal life and winning in the game. Sometimes the criticism, and we'll get into the comments, of spending more money than we usually do. So we're not doing that. Yes, one step can wreck your credit score. You have to be responsible with this. So credit can be good or bad depending on how you use it, like most things. The article continues, if you're at all remotely uncertain about your finances and juggling bills, stay away. Okay, indeed, you have to be responsible. The article writer says that we have surprisingly high credit scores. I'm not sure if that's really surprising. Now, we might take a small dip when we open a new account or if a statement balance closes with a high amount, but we're having more available credit. We're paying it off in full, ideally before statement closes. So our scores are going to be high. I'm still in the high 700s, even after opening many cards. So is it surprising that we have high scores? Some critics are also saying that you have to go in debt and you have to pay interest in order to have high scores, but that's not right. There's a lot of misinformation out there. So surprising, probably not when we're using credit responsibly and paying everything off.
Yeah, I think it probably shows either a lack of understanding or superficial understanding of how credit scores work. Again, this idea that owning multiple credit cards can adversely impact your credit score a bit, but not significantly. There's plenty of folks in this game that have 750 and up credit scores, including my family, myself, my family, despite, or indeed perhaps in part because we're continuing to do this, right? So that we have, like you said, good credit. If you don't have good credit, then you can't, you won't get approved for the next sign-up bonus. Your churning game is over. You have to have
Game over.
yeah, you have to have that. You have to have that good credit score to start with. And because we have multiple credit cards with multiple lines of credit, that increases our total amount of credit and decreases our utilization. So there are some benefits as well to multiple lines of credit.
It says here, a 2023 study published by the Federal Reserve Board estimates that sophisticated credit card users, I like that, sophisticated. I usually say intelligent and responsible, but that's good. They receive $15 billion annually at the expense of people who carry balances and don't take advantage of rewards. So now, I don't think it's wholly at the expense of people who carry balances, because previously in the article it says interchange fees, which you mentioned earlier, that the merchants are paying usually around 3% to accept credit cards. So that's only part of the puzzle.
Yeah, and the other part of the puzzle is increasing annual fees to apply for or as part of the contract to get approved for these credit cards. So American Express just increased their annual fees on their platinum cards to $895 per year, almost $1,000. And Chase is not far behind. You have to work your way back to make sure you're getting that value out of it. You have to have a plan. And that's why we don't recommend people signing up for the highest value card the first day.